Hi guys, and welcome to the first episode of our podcast, The Girls and Gay. Here with myself, Zach.
Ashley.
And Megan.
We are going to be your guys' hosts for this podcast. As stated in the name, there are two girls, and me being the one gay.
The gay.
Well, actually, we don't know if they're questioning or not. Could be more later! Stay tuned!
Pretty sure I'm straight.
So we're going to do a quick little intro since obviously you guys don't know who we are at all. So I'm Zach. I am a freshman in college. I work at an escape room and haunted house and axe throwing company. It's really fun. I get to work with a lot of weirdos. Scream at my monitors when doing escape rooms and live my best life. I am a theater major, which you will hear more about later. And that's how I live my life.
Wow.
Not broke yet.
Nice.
Woo.
I say yet because I probably will be.
I'm going to transition
eventually.
to me because I love talking about myself. My
Yeah,
name
you do.
my name is Ashley.
My name
I'm a senior in high school. I'm also in theater, as literally all of us.
True.
Fun fact, I play a few instruments. I like to dabble in GarageBand. I like to read, basically any activity that literally anybody does, I feel like. Even though I don't think a lot of people use GarageBand a lot.
No. Not really.
But, like,
That's just
it's okay. I use it with you, Ashley.
Yeah,
We do
I
it
play
together.
instruments, I'm in band, and yeah, that's me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm Megan. I'm also in theater. I'm a senior. Whoop whoop. I'm gonna go to college for theater education. Thed, if you will.
Okay.
It's gross. Anyways, I'm your little artsy fartsy gal. I do the choir. I'm the president of said choir. I'm in like 5 honor societies because what is life if you're not overcommitted to things? I'm a Conan Grace stan. I am an Olivia Rodrigo stan. And I love Harry Styles. And I think that makes me, therefore, depressed.
I love Harry Styles too, so.
Yeah. Grab a snack.
That's about it.
Grab a snack. Grab a drink. Because
I got some water.
We got some things to discuss.
we got some things to discuss. And yeah. Enjoy.
Please stop.
Slay.
Yes,
On the phone.
Today-
Mobile today.
Yes.
mobile.
Cooper Loop is mobile today. Cooper.
True.
We're going to be doing Am I the Asshole? And react.
Ooh. So fun.
It's like we didn't plan that.
Here, okay, shut up. Here is our first story, okay?
Okay.
Am I the asshole for making my daughter return a Halloween costume? Opinions off
Just
the bat?
period. I the
It's
asshole
like,
for
oh, okay.
Well,
I feel like this is really, I gotta get into the scenario.
yeah, like I don't think I could just say something based off of just that because I mean there could be good reasons, there could be bad reasons for both.
Because it could be like, oh, like, I just didn't like it. Or, oh, this is really slutty and I need her to return it.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, Cooper.
Daughter, 15, female, 16, works an after-school job 5 days a week. Her high school has a costume contest for Halloween. My daughter and her friends planned a group costume to enter. She went with her friends after school to buy costumes. I picked her and her friends up from the store, and they showed me their costumes. My daughter spent $80 on hers. I was
okay.
That's a lot of money spending on something that you're only going to wear for a few hours. Very
100%.
irresponsible use of
Right.
money. I told her as much in the car, told her it is ridiculous. I dropped her friends off and took it back to the store to return her costume and accessories. Her friends found someone else to take her place in the group, and they
Damn.
won the costume contest and $100 Visa gift card to split. My daughter came home from school on Halloween upset. She claimed that she had to sit and watch while her friends had fun and she missed out on everything. I pointed out to her after splitting the gift card, it would have been less than the money that she spent on the costume, and it was only a few hours, but she didn't want to listen to the reason. Now, a month later, she's still moody and mostly ignoring me. My ex-husband told me I made her miss out, and she worked so much she missed out a lot of stuff with her friends, and I could have let her have this. But at the end of the day, I saved her $80. I just tried to teach my daughter how to be responsible with money. She could have gotten a cheap costume, especially since I would have only worn it for a few hours.
Okay.
Okay, wait. So wait, hold on.
This is an
But
interesting
here's the
one.
thing. Was it her money? Was it her money?
I think it was the.
It was a daughter's money? Or
Oh,
the
then yes,
mom's?
the mom is the asshole.
Oh, okay.
If it was her money, she can spend it on what she
Yeah,
wants.
I mean,
but at the same time, I mean, okay, wait.
She's
So
gonna
she's
learn about budgeting no matter what.
well,
Yeah.
she's what, 15?
15 or 16.
So she's
Yeah.
not making bank. But like, if she really wanted to spend her $80 on a costume, I mean, I feel like that's her money. Like,
yeah,
let's
well,
let
for
her
sure.
do it.
I mean, the amount of times I've spent too much money, but like, it's my money, and when I have a job and I make my own money, that's the whole point. Like, I want to spend my
You
money.
just have to live with those
Are they all good decisions?
consequences.
No.
Oh, of
but
course not. But they're all like, I don't regret half. Like, actually, well, I don't regret most of them because it's like I worked hard for this money, and now I get to do this fun thing or something. Like Harry Styles, for example, was a lot of money, but I don't regret it because
Too much money.
It was Harry Styles though, and it was at the end of the day. Actually, some of it was my mom's, but you know,
Well, let me ask you a question.
But it was worth it.
it was worth it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you regret the amount of money you spent on getting multiples of the Ariana Grande perfume?
What do you mean?
Why do you spend so much money on perfume?
Because I want to smell good. I mean, if we're gonna get into this, this is so off topic, but smelling good, in my opinion, makes somebody so much more attractive. If I see you in the hallway and you smell good, like all of a sudden you could be a 5, and all of a sudden that makes you an 8. We should do that
If you
next time.
if you smell good, I'm already hard.
For real, I'm creamy.
Well, for me, it's the hair, and then the second you have like a good cologne, oh my fucking god!
well, that's the thing is like
You go in the hug and you smell good, and you're
smell
like,
is so okay. We're getting really off topic though, guys.
that's
because
okay. This is our podcast.
That's so true.
Wait, hold on, Cooper. What's your take on smelling good?
I keep
Just
swallowing.
answer the question.
Okay, am I the asshole?
I agree. Yes,
I
she is the
yes,
asshole.
She is the asshole because if that's her money that she told her not to spend, that's an asshole. I think we're all in agreement
Are you in agreement, Megan?
I think we're in agreement that if it's your money, you spend it how you want to spend it.
All
I
right, so
think
she
it
is
really
the
just should have
asshole.
been like, hey kid, I don't think it's necessarily
Yeah.
smart. But
That could have
that's
been
not
that
up
could have
to me at the end of the day. It is your decision.
that could have easily
you just have to
been
live with that consequence.
that could have easily been a conversation. Like
Yep.
all people do is they need to just do communication. That's not a sentence, but communication would not solve, but like
I hope you guys heard that.
no.
So if you didn't
But,
hear
like,
it, I just ripped a major ass.
Honestly, if the mom just said, "Hey, I think that's a lot of money for a day," and then the daughter was like, "Well, it's my money. I want to spend it, and it's something I care about," then at the end of the day, that's compromise, and then the mom should have been like, "Okay, like that's fine. Just don't ask me for money," and that could have done deal
Oh yeah.
and a discussion. Therefore, she is the asshole.
Also, what kind of school is handing off $100 for a costume contest? That's what I want to know.
Richard School.
Probably a Naperville school, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to
Are we
smelling
done
good
with that one?
though.
'Cause I have a juicy one.
Ooh.
Okay, give me the juicy one.
Okay. Am I the asshole for last minute uninviting multiple people from my wedding over a joke?
Oh shit.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, ready? I, 26 female, am getting married in February 2023 to my fiance, John, 29 male. We've been together for 4 years. Before I met him, and for the first year and a half of our relationship, I lived with Tammy, 27F. Tammy and I have been best friends since we met at 12 or 13. Tammy and John have a great relationship too. The issue with some people in my friend group who I met after John and I got serious, for some reason, they're all obsessed with the "and they were roommates" joke when it comes to Tammy and I.
And they were roommates.
At first, it was kind of funny, but now it's crossed the line and they won't stop. If I casually mention Tammy is coming along to an outing, at least 2 people will make some dirty sex joke about the 2 of us. She she hits really hard during COVID time, and John and I let her stay in the guest room. Cue the joke about having a maid, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay. It makes all three of us uncomfortable, and I've tried to get them to stop because they will soon to be my sister-in-law's friends, and I am close to sister-in-law who doesn't make these jokes. It's been hard to cut them out or distance because of tangled webs of connection.
So it's
yeah.
So it's basically just these people who are friends are making sex jokes repeatedly
About
her.
Her friend.
Oh, her friend. Okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of zoning out half of that.
it's
So
girl
well,
and
I was just
Tammy.
focusing on Cooper kept messing up, so
Cooper, you read and I want to fall asleep.
It is literally a cold read, but I am trying to have a best, okay?
Maybe I can.
okay.
read
So now we
some.
need to decide if she's the asshole or not.
Is she the asshole?
There's still more.
Okay, well, I don't care.
I care, so I'm reading it, okay? Okay. I should note that I have been very clear that I dislike these jokes and that they're being disrespectful to myself, Tammy, and John. Well,
We don't need to hear this, Cooper. This isn't important. You get the idea. I don't need to sit here and hear you read for the next 10 minutes about Miss Tammy. Basically, to my understanding, is these people were making sexual jokes and she didn't want to invite them to her wedding because, I mean, actually, do a little skim. Did she tell him to stop?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
She told me
so-
to stop multiple times.
Yeah, and they didn't.
So I don't think she's the asshole
she's
for
not
that.
The asshole, because in my opinion, first of all, it's your wedding. You can invite
Yeah.
whoever you want because at the end of the day, it's your little day.
Like, I'm not going to invite Zach to my wedding.
Oh,
It's okay. You're not even on the registry
okay,
there, so
okay,
it's
guys,
fine.
let's bring it back.
I'm about to beat the shit out of you.
Let's bring it back.
Oh, okay,
My
perfect.
point with oh my god,
Whoa, that was really loud in headphones.
that's my bad. I'm kind of sick. Where was I even going with that? Oh yeah, okay, enough. Let's bring it back. We're far out. We need to reel it back in.
That was really, really long.
You hold the microphone. I'll hold Cooper.
Hi, guys. I'm
I
back.
can see my burp on the fucking thing.
Okay. What was I even? Oh yeah. So if she told her friends that it's bothering her and it's not okay, multiple times, multiple occasions, at that point she's not the asshole because she has communicated. Back to my communication thing. She has communicated the fact that it is a problem and she's not okay with it. So she's not the asshole.
I agree with that.
That's my consensus.
I also agree. She's not the asshole.
Okay, four agrees. Okay,
Oh wait,
Here is-
are we done or are we gonna keep going?
we're gonna keep going.
Wait, no, I want to talk about weddings now.
Okay,
Weddings.
we're gonna.
Cooper,
I'm going on a side
Cooper, you're
tangent
putting
right now.
you're putting it down
This is
on the
the
floor.
point of this is to keep
Welcome
talking.
to a podcast.
Oh, literally, yeah.
Guys.
Have you listened to a podcast?
I'm so excited about my wedding. Like, it's going to be so fun.
You're 17.
I know. Okay,
You
what are
know-
your takes on getting drunk
Actually-
at weddings?
Ooh.
Open bar. I will be having
Yeah,
an open bar
I
at
will
my
be-
wedding.
I don't.
I know I will too, but
I
like
won't
you
get-
personally, are you getting hammered?
No,
or
no.
are we keeping it to like your champagne toast?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it to
drink
like
or
a tipsy.
two?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it to a
Yeah.
tipsy. I do not want to
Because
get
I want to
messed
actually
up at
remember
my
my
wedding.
night.
Yeah,
'Cause
100%.
that's like my special night.
Yeah.
Because imagine getting like blackout drunk
No, that
at
would
your
That's
suck.
what
wedding.
my
That would-
sister did. Like my
At her
sister
wedding?
and her husband, they got fucking blackout.
Wait, you have another sister?
I do. Yeah.
I forgot you have a sister and a brother.
Wait,
My
actually?
dad's previous
Yeah,
marriage.
half siblings. Yeah,
my
I forgot about
older
that.
brother just turned 30.
I didn't know about that until I saw the
July.
What?
until I saw
Yeah.
the family photo in your old house in your basement.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. This is an epiphany.
I
Sorry,
know.
continue, please.
Yeah, so my older sister, she got married in like 2018 to
Mm-hmm.
this guy Bob. Love Bob. I think they're so cute together. And they have
Mm-hmm.
this little dog, Violet. She's so sweet. But anyway, so
Violet?
I was also a junior
Violet?
bridesmaid for it. True,
Violet, you're turning
predicting the
Violet.
future. I was a junior bridesmaid for that, so that was really
Cute.
fun. I looked
Cute.
so cute. Me
Yeah.
and Flower Girl were like BFFs. But anyway, so we were at their wedding, and me and my sisters had to leave early because obviously drunk adults everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the next morning we saw them, and they were just so fucking hungover. And my mom was telling us, like, they went to the bar after, like, the dancing and all that stuff, just, like, the regular hotel bar. Because this was, like,
Oh my
bougie ass,
So they
like,
paid like
wedding.
a lot extra for the
Yeah.
bar drinks.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, that's
We were
also
at-
something like
we're at the
having an
Grand
open.
Riviera.
Did she have an
See,
open bar
I
at
get
her
a
wedding?
picture.
Did she have an open bar?
I think so.
I love
but
So
obviously I couldn't drink.
why would you get even, or why'd you pay for more drinks at a bar if you
I'd
have
feel
an
like-
open
Well,
bar?
because eventually, like the room amount times out. You can't be there for the whole night. You rent out the room as well as the bar. So either way, you're paying for everyone's drinks.
So
Once you switch to the hotel bar, people have to pay for their own.
Well, here's the thing, with-
so you would rather do that
Yeah.
and just pay for your own drinks and not everyone else's for the rest of the night.
with your experience with like working where you do, how long can you rent out a room for like weddings?
True.
Like, how
Megan
long
works
are
at a
the-
country club.
I do. So most
My
weddings
foot is falling asleep. Can I
tend
move
to
this?
be like they get in around 5 or 6 and then they stay till midnight, 1
Yeah.
a.m. It
Damn,
depends.
1 a.m.
Yeah, it gets bad on those nights. There was one wedding I got out of, fortunately, because of my sister's grad party, my other sister. And they stayed until 4 a.m. because they had a Father's Day banquet the next morning and everything needed to be set up for it. So they stayed until 4 a.m. Like this weekend, I was there until 1:30 a.m. because we had brunch with Santa.
Santa.
So, yeah, I had to stay and set all of that up.
Santa de Clausen.
Indeed.
Honestly,
But yeah, so weddings normally last like good 7 hours.
yeah.
Um,
I think I'm
and that
probably-
includes like you go through the salad, you do bread, you do dinner, you have your cutting the cake, you have the champagne toast. Like there's a lot going on. And then you have dessert and the actual cake, which is important. And then like 8 or 9, you have late night pizza and coffee. And then they keep dancing for a while. And then they get even more drunk. But you get a lot of really good food. Yeah. And tips. Wedding people are really nice about tips. But yeah, so normally open bar. And then after, like, there's normally, like, around 10 or 11, it becomes a tab bar.
Oh.
So then that's when people start leaving.
Oh, so you like see the open
That's,
bar
like,
is
kind of how you
only
kick 'em
has
out.
like
It only
has, like, a
goes
time
on for
limit.
so long
So
because
that's
all-
smart. Yeah,
yeah,
like how you kick
open
people
bar
out.
isn't just like a
Yeah.
free
yeah.
bar. The people who are paying for the party have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's like
so,
well, so
timing
like,
out
do
your
they-
open bar gets people to leave,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you don't have to pay for
Well, here's the
drinks.
thing. Like, do you
100%.
pay like a certain amount of money for the open bar, or it's like you have the tab at the end of the night?
You
for
get the
your open
tab
bar?
at the end of the night.
Oh my god!
Because if you just paid like a fixed amount for whatever and you exceed that, what would they do?
Yeah, what would-
Just be like, oh well,
What would be the game?
no, that's okay. You don't need to pay for this $100 bottle of wine that you bought.
yeah, well, because like do you get to see any of the bills at the end of the night?
Not usually, unless I'm actually serving, which I've done a couple times.
So like, what has been the biggest bill that you've seen for like drinks?
It gets bad, but I've used like our POS system, and there was this one time that I had to ring someone up for a glass of wine, and each glass is $17, and the bottle itself is $110.
Damn.
They ordered 3 drinks. Yeah, that bill was steep.
Wait, so
at the end of the
3
night.
bottles of wine? Like the 3 of the $110
No,
bottles
they just
of
got
wine?
the glasses.
Okay.
But yeah, so
So
like,
each person got
it's
3
steep.
drinks. So it's like 3 times 17 times 3. Whatever that math is.
6 times 17.
Oh yeah, or do that.
Here, let me.
Yeah.
102.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Wow, that was fast.
Lovely.
I
So
love
they pretty
math.
much just paid for a bottle.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, country clubs. So
I wish I
Weddings.
wish I was rich
Okay, can
enough
I
for
ask you a
that.
question? So you were talking. I feel like an interviewer right now.
oh,
So you were talking about how you love weddings. Do you think you love weddings because you see them so often? Like you work with it? Because I feel like compared to me, let's just say, or Zach, we don't go.
you
I-
don't
I've
exactly
been-
experience it.
I've been to one, technically 2 weddings, but one like big wedding, like because the other wedding was like.
I only
just my
have
family?
I only have only gone to like one wedding that I like 100% remember.
Oh yeah. Well,
There was one other one where I was like 10 and like I was like all I remember is like busting a move on the dance floor. That's it.
for real.
Yeah,
That's
you
all-
don't
that's all I
really know what's
remember.
going on.
So,
You
like-
just
No,
know you're
exactly.
having a good time.
It literally.
Oh my god, sorry. As I was saying, me and Zach are very like, we're not exposed to it. So being exposed, does that give you kind of that upper hand of you're more excited for it?
Interesting Corey, Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely it does, because it's like so cute, and I found myself over the summer we had like a lot of weddings. So like there was one every weekend in the month of June.
Oh, that's so fun.
Well, yeah,
It
summer
was
weddings are
so
very
fun.
popular.
Oh yeah. And then we had one the week before the show that I had to work. That was messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Wait, Huntsman or Newsies?
before Huntsman.
Oh.
It was rough. That was a rough week for me. But anyway, I think it's great because then I'm like standing in there and I go to the freaking banquet hall and it's all set up real cute. And like I've taken pictures of like the setup before because I want to remember what it looks like. So I'm getting like ideas for color schemes. You get like the decor that you want. Like
So your wedding planning is going to be pretty easy then.
Yeah.
oh
It'll
yeah,
be pretty
I'm just
easy.
gonna check out my
exactly.
Pinterest board and then my camera
There you
roll
go.
and I'm
I
set.
think when I have a wedding, I'll go to Meghan. Be like, hey, can you be my
Yeah.
Okay,
wedding
wait.
planner?
Okay, sorry, not to like differ from the conversation a little bit, but like, do we know kind of what you guys want your like color stories to be for your wedding? Because I want mine to be the guests are in white and the grooms are in black.
Cute.
Oh, that's
cool,
interesting.
actually. My take on weddings is actually completely different than both of yours.
Yes.
A furry wedding.
What's your first
Guys, my first one is a goose. Did I ever tell you guys that? I took a quiz on BuzzFeed. I'm
No.
a goose. I'm a goose.
We'll take that.
disgusting.
My thing
talk
on weddings.
about
This is
Patronuses.
not to get like.
Wait, what?
Miss B made us take a quiz on our Patronus, which I
Oh,
think is basically
yeah.
just like your furry.
Oh.
Yeah,
got a
because
dog.
like Harry Styles.
What did you get, Cooper?
A crab.
I got a male deer. So
Oh, so literally a furry. What'd you get,
I
Ashley?
got a dog.
Okay, so also literally
you
a
didn't
furry.
even take the quiz. We were just
No, I
like,
took
yeah.
like a BuzzFeed one. I didn't take the
Oh,
actual quiz
yeah.
because it wouldn't load. But back to my wedding thing.
Yeah.
Because my whole idea is different. Because not to get like deeper, but weddings are scary things for me. So marriage is like, I don't know. It's hard for me to think about me for like going to a different wedding. It's like, oh yay, fun party, yay weddings. But I can't see myself at a wedding. So for color stories, dresses, I could not give you any of those because I just don't. see
Yeah,
myself at a wedding.
no, 100%. And I just like, because I love fall and stuff like that. So I was definitely thinking, like, so there was this TV show where it was like 4 women, like, go to each other's weddings as like, it's weird. So, like, they go to this person's wedding, and then the other 3 people go to this person's wedding, and then that person switch out with another person. So it's literally 4 weddings in one episode.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
chaotic.
insane.
chaotic.
It's so cool though. But like I'm like there was this one where it was literally like pumpkins and like fall leaves and like in like a forest area with like oak chairs. Dude, that is exactly what I want my wedding to look
No, I
like.
see it.
Having
I
it on like a
literally-
gloomy day, like where it's like midday where it's like sort of dim and like just like candles lit. It's like
And I
really
see that with
pretty.
your whole like
Dude, it would be so cool.
only like black and then everybody else is white. Like I see that with the fall-esque.
I just think that traditional weddings are overrated.
Oh,
Or no,
100%.
yes, overrated, 100%. Because
100%.
you get stuck to such a stereotype of weddings that it's
yeah.
like, why am I going to another all white, or like, why am I going to another traditional wedding where I'm gonna see them getting married in a church and then going to like a ballroom
Well,
where
so
like
I
they
would
have
love-
their reception and then it's a DJ and then some like somewhat mediocre food and
Yeah. I would not want to get married at a church personally.
No, me either.
I'm an outside girl.
that's
or
what I was
even,
thinking.
like-
Oh, that's how my
like a
sister did her
cool-
wedding. It was all
Oh my God, my
outside.
soul
on
was
the
it? It was-
golf course.
I was on like,
Yeah.
ooh, golf courses.
Golf courses are.
I
Well,
would
the
love
golf
to do a
course
forest.
we
Like I will
have
say,
at our country
forest would be
club.
so
See,
fun.
you remind me of my stepbrother Trevor's best friend. Trevor got married like I think last September or something, and they were in the mountains. Like they were like big. I
That's
don't know
cool.
where it was, but it was so. The pictures were so cool. I feel like that's where you would, because that's. I think for my wedding, I'd want to like go somewhere because Illinois does not have the scenic.
Like go somewhere
My
like
sister-
maybe like Colorado, like over in like the west area of the U.S. Like they have some pretty states over there.
Yeah, my sister did hers in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, at the Grand Riviera, I think is what it was called.
Was it Booge Booge?
Gorgeous. Yeah. Like that was expensive. But yeah, it was a hotel and then they had the golf course obviously, but theirs was like on like the ledge that the actual hotel was on, overlooking the golf course. So it had a really pretty view. And then like there was like the little area that we went to go get drinks right after the wedding, a little bit further down. You were still outside, which was really nice. And then you went upstairs into the actual ballroom, and that was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a good ballroom setup, as we know.
Honestly, like I need. I think I read too many books, but I need.
Ooh, sorry. Y'all
Y'all don't get to see it.
Here.
to say we get to
So-
see it. Y'all don't get to see it, but it's pretty.
Their colors were like a light blue, and like an ivory-ish, like white kind of like actual flowers.
Is that where like the
And then it was a bunch of greenery. Yeah, this
That's
was the head
really
table.
pretty.
It was tiered, so this is where all the bridesmaids and such
Ooh.
sat, and
I
then
love
up
that.
here is where the actual bride and groom were. I don't remember if I have any other pictures of weddings. Oh yeah, this one was like a deeper blue. I took pictures because I like the name tags they
the name
did.
tags are pretty. That's something that you
Yeah.
would do.
Oh, I know.
yeah.
I would actually write it out.
I need you to.
Yeah.
And then
look
that
at
was
very-
their head table, and they had the cake over
See,
there.
that's the thing I don't like. The dance floor. That's ugly.
It
Yeah,
is-
we
Like
have
it's
a very
ugly.
ugly
It's
dance floor.
ugly.
but ugly. Like that's why I wouldn't want to.
Oh, this is when I got
Go.
my not hole in one, bullseye.
Oh my gosh, axe.
It was so
You guys had
fun.
axe throwing.
Yeah, it was for an event. One of the players on the Cubs was there.
Whoa,
Yeah, we had an event that day, and we got to axe throw.
that's fun. Oh my god.
All right. Well,
I love my job.
we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back because take a breather. Some people need to use the bathroom, aka me.
I need water.
We need water, so we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, so the segment that we've decided to do for our podcast is named, drumroll please, Deep Thoughts with the Gay and the Gals.
ZAM. That is an acronym
Zam.
for Zach, Ashley, and Megan. In case you needed clarification.
Get ready for our merch.
Yeah, get ready for the merch.
Oh yeah,
Ashley,
I'll
you
make
release?
us merch, guys,
Please.
There you
for
go.
our podcast.
There you go.
We'll
Yeah,
go on a
so
We're
road
gonna
we're
have
gonna
one
be-
listener, and it's gonna be called Mama Hardigan 24.
No, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be me. I'm gonna re-listen to these.
Ashley's gonna be all of our
lonely.
10 views.
It's
When
gonna
I'm missing
be
you guys, I'm gonna listen to these.
Bailey.
No, so we're gonna be doing a deep thoughts. We're gonna be looking at questions on Google. Zach's gonna be reading the questions because he has them pulled up on his phone.
And we're gonna answer them to the best of our abilities.
Yeah.
Truth.
All right. So, question number 1. Anyone can take this.
Okay.
Where's your head, or where's your life headed? Where's your life
Where
headed?
is head?
Where is
So,
head?
So
Head?
Right there. No head.
where's your
All
life
right.
headed?
Yes. Where
That's
is
a
your
good
life
question.
headed? Who's taking that one?
Well-
I think you, Megan.
Okay.
Well, in the same sense, Megan did. Like we were talking about this earlier,
We did. We were talking
where
about this earlier.
we all are pretty much going into the same.
That's
Right.
true.
Caliber.
We are
Yeah,
going
so-
very similar.
We're all kind of going down the route of theater. Zach is looking more behind the scenes, little
Technical
stage
theater.
manager moments. I'm looking for somewhere in between the two, a little crossover both the worlds, and dealing with children as a theater ed major. They call it THED
Whoa.
at the ISU, which I think
Sounds
is
like a
really ugly,
disease.
but that's okay.
It is kind
Sounds
of
like a disease.
Well, it's just easier than theater education.
true.
so,
Less
that-
syllables.
Yeah, just THED major.
Stop burping.
I'm sorry.
And then Ashley.
I mean, I'm looking more on like the acting side, I guess.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I have
Can
backup
she
plans
sing,
too.
though?
Can she sing? No, which is why there's this thing called plays.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. Or I
Well,
learn.
did I tell you? You know the one day that we were hanging out, all four of us, and we were you played "Love Like You" in the car, and then
Love Like You is our song that has not been released yet, but we're working on songs, guys.
Stay in
Oh, yeah.
touch.
Stay in touch.
Stay in touch. I don't know why I said that. Stay in the loop, and maybe you can hear it.
I'm about to dock that. I'm about to say Ashley's phone number.
please.
Don't.
Oh, that's a great costume. Sorry,
Okay.
but anyway, we were sitting in the back of the car, me and Luke, and he leaned over, right, and we didn't tell you what we said.
Yeah. What did you say?
He just went, I don't know why she's so worried about auditioning for the musical.
Aw.
And I was like, no, that's literally what I said.
Luke being
love
nice?
Luke. Luke being
No,
nice.
seriously. It's
like
kind
once
of
in a
rare, but it's
lifetime.
pretty sweet. I hope he ends up listening to this and he's like, what the fuck?
I love Luke with my whole heart. Did any of you guys really know Luke beforehand? Well, I guess
No.
Megan
Not
did.
well, but just because of the
Yeah.
wire.
Well, because
Fire and Bone
well,
Chiller,
we,
when he...
I knew Luke. Well, I started talking to Luke more at the end of last year, senior year, and we'll talk more about this when we get him on the pod.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
No, yeah.
That's when
I
I
won't go
met
into
him,
detail
but-
about Luke, but I love Luke. Luke is brand new into my life, but love him. Anyways, back to the question. Yeah, so we're all going into that theater kind of lifestyle. That life. We all want to go to college, right? Am I correct on that?
I
yeah.
am currently in college.
Yeah, so
Zach's
Zach,
in
where are you
college.
going?
I'm going to a community college.
Excellent.
Yes.
Somewhere. Anyways.
I am going into I am in community college currently. I'm transferring to another community college because the one I'm at currently doesn't have a theater program.
Right.
So going to another community college has a great theater program. College, from my experience, because you guys haven't experienced it yet, obviously,
That's correct.
it is, honestly, the classes are easier, in my opinion, because you get all of the work for the semester, it's already posted. So, like,
Oh.
you can easily, like, do your work on your own time. Like, you don't have, like, yes, you have a due date, but, like, you can work on it in your own time. Majority of the time, they don't give you homework over the weekend, unless it's doing, like, Sunday or something. College is pretty nice. You get to choose your classes. You get to choose what time you want your classes. But it's definitely stressful when you have to think about grades at this point. Like in high school, grades matter, but that's to get into college.
Yeah.
At this point, your grades for college, especially if you're going into a BA or a BFA, you need at least, I think it's like 3.0 to maintain a BFA. Like maintain a BFA, otherwise you'll get kicked out. It also
that's
just
where it
matters to
matters.
like, because if you like, you won't be able to get your degree and start your life if you don't worry about your
Make the
grades.
grades.
Exactly. So though the classes might be easier and you get all your stuff ahead of time and like you can work at your own pace, you still have to care. You can't just like say F it, I'm not going to do anything. You do have to care.
Right.
So it's definitely hard, but life is crazy because now, and then I also have to choose what college I'm going to after community college. So there's a lot going on
Oh, yeah.
in my head.
Busy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
but
just general ed right now, right?
yes, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
taking out my gen eds to get those out of the way. But yeah, I feel like
That's
I feel like that answered the question. We're all kind of going in the same track of life, unless
yeah.
that changes eventually. All right, so next question. Oh my god, this is dark.
Oh, perfect.
How do you think you'll die?
I feel like I'm gonna live for a long time. Unless like some freak accident.
Yeah, I was about to say in some
but I
like,
really
crazy.
like I don't think I'm gonna like die early from like a heart attack or something. Like I think I'm gonna be around.
I think I would hopefully I would think I'm living long, but the only thing that scares me is car accidents.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could see
Dude.
myself like really dying
Yeah,
from.
because it's like
have been freaking the fuck out recently because every time I get in the car, I'm like driving or whatever, and
like,
I
I
keep
could
getting
easily just-
visions in my head
100%.
of like a head on.
Yeah.
And it's freaking me out. Like
'Cause
I'm
it's
just seeing
scary.
it in my head and I'm actively driving and I'm
Well,
like,
there was a
Yeah.
time. It was actually last week. I was
that's so
driving.
Raven.
I was driving over to your house, Megan, and this car was on the other side of the road, and it was a 2-way street. It was the one that I take to get to your house from Ashley's
yeah.
house. So it was literally like they were on the wrong side of the road. I don't know how they got on the wrong side of the road. Then as soon as they saw my headlights, they switched. But like, what if they were drunk or whatever?
Oh,
they
they
were that,
didn't.
and they didn't
Right.
realize
That's
it, and
the thing.
100% it could have been a head-on collision, and
Right.
that's where it could be.
That's the thing with cars
dead.
is it's so unpredictable that it's like it's scary because anything can happen. Like
Well,
it's
literally-
so
It's the same thing of like, oh, I could easily like. Have you ever thought to yourself while you're driving like, damn, I could easily just run myself off the road right now.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
kill
Literally.
myself.
All the
Like
time.
literally,
Literally.
like you
All
could
the
easily.
time.
There are so many ways that you could die, and it's hard like to think. But like he's like, I mean, unless there's things going on, like not a lot of people want to die. So obviously there's self control there, but those are things you have to fear for, especially with like car accidents, like those kind of like big things you don't have control over, like plane accidents, like ship accident, like shipwrecks, stuff like
things-
that.
just
A lot
accidents
of
in
stuff
general.
happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Is so like there's such a wide range. And it's
Oh,
like,
here I'm gonna switch this question up a little bit. What is your? Oh, I'm gonna say this. What's your biggest fear?
biggest fear?
Yeah, like when
Honestly,
it
I
comes to
think
dying.
it is dying.
When it comes to dying,
Just
yeah.
in general.
So just in general, like dying.
Yeah, because, like,
I mean, there are those stories of like what is after death,
right.
but you don't know for sure. So it is scary. I've thought about that too
It's
before.
a lot of uncertainty, and I don't like when things are uncertain. I like to
Yeah.
have everything like
100%.
to a T and all planned out like that.
As a perfectionist, yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just the idea of dying is scary, and faith is a difficult thing, and you can believe one thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that
It
that's
doesn't like
actually
guarantee
what's going to happen.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
guarantee.
And then, like, I don't know, it's
Dude.
just
it's just
because you don't know how you're gonna die, you don't know when you're
Exactly.
gonna die, you don't know what happens after you die. It's just like
It's just such a weird.
It's just there.
It's a weird like looming kind of. You don't think about it. At least I don't think about it every day. But
I feel like I think about death a lot.
death. Okay, well,
I think about
Not in
death.
like a weird, creepy way, but
just
like
curiosity.
there have been a lot of people who died in my family, and yeah, it's
It's
just
scary
kind of
to
always
think about
there.
because then there's also the thing of like, would people remember me? Will
Oh,
people show up to my
100%.
funeral?
Yeah.
Will they mourn my death? Like I've thought about that before, like with my friends, like will they cry or will they like completely just be like, oh damn,
Okay.
they died.
Yeah.
Damn,
Right.
that sucks. Because I've done that before. Like with
Yeah.
people I don't know, and like it's when my friends like, oh, I had this like grandpa die. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, but like you're not
You're not
internally sad.
affected.
Exactly. But like if someone like close to me like died or like, for instance, like there were times where I thought my friend was possibly gonna commit, and so it's very scary. And you start like thinking to yourself like, if this happens, like, and then you start getting in your head, and then you start overthinking, and you start crying, and
Literally
it's
me
whole
last
cycle.
it's
year.
a lot. Like it's a lot because I mean, oh my god, we don't have to get into last year. Last year was a lot, but
I wasn't there.
it was.
Good.
It's scary. Death is definitely a scary thing when it comes to a person as well as people you're closest with.
Well, it's like it's one of the few things in life, I guess, that is just there's no answer in a way. Like
There's no
you can't-
certainty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way you could figure it like
Unless you
do it.
did it yourself.
But like, I mean, still but like. To my knowledge, nobody's done that and come back and like said, "Oh, this is what happened," you know.
Unless there's some like, I mean, you can see those like the like, growing up in church. There was like a movie that we watched based off a true story of this kid like dying and said, "Jesus brought me to the light" and stuff like that. But like, you can't believe that shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
because
Is
it's
it the
not your own
little
personal
girl
experience.
with Jennifer Gardner?
No,
Miracles from Heaven.
Yes.
No, it
yes,
wasn't
I
that
watched
one.
And she fell into
She
the
fell in the
tree.
tree. Yup.
Yep.
It was this one that I saw. It was about this kid who his appendix burst.
Oh.
And the parents
I feel
didn't
like
know
I saw
about
that
it.
too.
The parents didn't know about it. They didn't know it was a real issue, and then they brought him to the hospital because he knocked the fuck out, got in a coma, and so like he was dead. He was pronounced dead for like 6 minutes or something like that, and he came back from the dead. So like it's a thing of like you don't know what's after death, and it's definitely a scary thing.
It is.
I feel like everyone who comes back from death is a child.
But then there's
So how much can you believe?
well, here's the thing.
they're actually
Here's the
saying?
thing. Is that there's also been people who have come back from the dead who are like, there's nothing.
Right.
It's blackness, which is also really scary.
Oh, that
like
is
imagine
terrifying.
like here's the thing, is if you die, like does your consciousness stay with your soul after you pass, or you're just gone?
Right.
Wow, this is getting deep.
No,
I don't know. Like
literally,
this
like,
is
I
just
think
like
about that.
it's
That's
a
why
lot.
I like to
Scary.
pretend we're in some sort of simulation. So we're like, I'll wake up and I'll just be like, oh, what?
Well, you know,
Start
those, you know,
over.
like the Sims.
No.
Like what if we're all just
like
Sims?
that's what I'm thinking.
Like what if there's someone like
Yeah,
watching
but
us
for
through
me,
through like a TV screen right now, and we're just like Gorbazorb, some shit like that.
To comfort myself though, I would rather think I'm a sim than think there's just like blackness, like
Yeah.
darkness, because that is it's at least something, you know, than just
Right.
absolute
If
nothing.
I
Ooh.
were to die and there was life after death, I would want to attend my funeral. I would want to attend my funeral.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, because I've also
Who would
wanted
talk
to
at my
like
funeral?
actually see what I look like, because your mirror is your reflection.
yeah, and it's not really
And
true.
That is
Yeah,
true.
like I don't know what
But I look-
Ashley is
Yeah.
seeing of how I look right
And I don't know
now.
how y'all see me.
Which that's
Exactly.
also so
Ugly.
And
crazy.
it's so weird.
It's so
'cause
crazy.
You've never actually seen what you look like, just
Yeah.
a reflection of it, which
Yeah.
is it could just be your mind playing tricks on you
well, and then you're
and believing
also,
whatever
like,
it wants to think.
That too is you could be so opinionated too, you know, because people are more negative towards themselves, at least me personally too.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
absolutely.
Insecure, negative. Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
yeah. So, like, I might not have, I don't know, a hair out of place, but in my head, I'm going to convince myself that there's a hair out of place, so there will be a hair, you know?
It's the same thing with, like...
The mind is such a
Yeah.
crazy thing that you can convince, like, what's that one thing, we're doing it in stats right now, or we did it earlier, and it's like, you tell somebody something, like, if you give somebody medicine and then somebody else water and tell them both that it's medicine, and then the person who got water is affected because...
Placebo.
Because
yes.
their mind is tricking them.
Yeah,
It's
because
convincing
your
them
mind
that that's
can-
what's
it's-
supposed to happen.
That's the other shit, like, your mind... At least my mind scares me sometimes because, like, the fact that I can convince myself that, like...
Dude, the
Some
amount
of
of
the things-
times that, like, I've gotten a minor injury or, like, I see, like, a bruise or, like a weird pimple or something, I'm like, it's cancer.
Yeah.
Like,
100%
the amount of
all the time.
times
I had
where
it
I
all
think
on my
about
nose
that.
the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I saw a TikTok one time where they couldn't pop this pimple, and then it, like, caused an infection across their whole face, and they almost died.
Oh.
This is what's happening to me right now.
But here's the thing, I also don't take care of my body. I just, like, if it's there, I'm gonna
Real.
forget about it and then hope it doesn't turn into anything. And so far it hasn't, so.
That's me.
I'm definitely part of the problem of myself, but here we are.
Everyone's
still.
part of the problem with themselves.
So Ashley,
They
would you
just
say...
choose not to recognize
Would you say
it.
your biggest fear is death as well, or is there something else that's bigger than that? Because I have something that's bigger than that.
I actually... No, I would say probably being alone, actually. But, like, not in the sense of, like, you know, I'm living alone and
I
I
need
don't
my
have any
alone
friends.
time.
Like, in the sense that, like, if you locked me in a room, like in a dark room, such as the storage...
So you're afraid of the dark.
I'm afraid of the dark, 100%. Like, if
Oh,
we're talking
yeah.
about fears, like little fears, yes, I'm terrified of the dark. But, like, specifically, if I, like, got kidnapped or something and just thrown in a room and was just
Like,
stuck
by
in
yourself.
a room, that I would, like...
It's the same
rather
thing as, like,
death
jail.
than that.
Like, being in jail, like, being by yourself. Like, or, like, in, like,
Well,
those
jail's not by
institutes.
your-
Well, no, like, in, like, an
yeah.
institute where you're, like, a padded
the-
room and stuff like that.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your
See,
little
that-
I would...
jacket.
I mean, that's why people go insane.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's terrifying.
Because that would be probably my biggest fear, because I
My-
can't... Ugh.
My biggest fear is being buried alive.
Oh.
That is my all-time biggest fear
That's
of
like-
life.
Hate that.
I grew up as a kid where, like, I would play hide and seek, and my brother, and they knew where I was. Like, I was in, like, a box or something. They would sit on the box, and I couldn't get out, and they would not sit up, so I would start pretty much having a panic attack and start crying. So, like, ever since then, and there's one scene from a TV show I saw. It's Scream the TV series. There's a scene where this guy gets buried alive, and there's a camera in the front, but he's, like, by himself, and you can't get out, and, like, there's dust that's flying in, so you're, like, coughing and stuff like that, and you start hallucinating because of the lack of oxygen. But also with that, being alone when you die, like, that's also something that's, like, fearful, because,
Yeah.
like,
Then
you
what?
exactly, then what? How are they gonna, like, especially, like, if you're buried alive and it's from, like, you got kidnapped or you got murdered or something like that,
How are they
gonna find you? How are they gonna
there's
know?
So many cases, like criminal,
Unsolved
like
cases and stuff like that,
Not
yeah.
even that, but like there's people like specifically in forensics, and then Trevor's doing police stuff, so I hear all this stuff that people don't get found for, like, you know, all like a huge amount of time, and they're just in their house, like they could die in their sleep, and they're just there until like weeks, months later, until somebody's finally like, oh, it smells weird over there, and then it's like, oh, let's check it out. Oh,
There's a dead
Shit,
body.
there's a dead body
dead in here,
It's been there
rotting.
for like months. Like, that's terrifying.
Which the fear of being buried alive also comes from me being somewhat claustrophobic. I'm not
yeah.
like claustrophobic in a sense of like, oh, if I'm in a crowd of people, if I'm in like a concert and stuff like that, I'm not super claustrophobic. Yes, I get anxious, but it's not like I'm gonna like start hyperventilating. But like if it comes into like I'm stuck in a small, like that's why whenever I watch
Lack of
like
control.
horror movies that involve cave diving, oh my god,
Cave diving is
because it's like there's only one exit, one entrance.
tight.
You are in a tight space and you are crawling. Like, what if it just collapses? You are stuck
That's
down
why
there
I was scared
to
of
die.
bunk beds for a while, because at my dad's house, like way back when I was younger, me and my brother had a bunk bed, and I had the bottom bunk, and I was always scared the top one was gonna fall on me. Like, there was no way it would happen, but every time I'd like stare at it, and I'm like, one of these days
It's gonna fall. Yeah,
It's gonna fall. And
it's terrifying.
yeah.
All right, I think we got time for one more question, so let me pull this back up.
Dude, this whole conversation just reminded me of how anxious I was
About death. So we're gonna all think about this at night.
In like middle school, about like random ass shit. Like I would walk in, like I would rather walk in the middle of the street where I could see both cars coming in my direction than walk next to like a parked car, because I would always think that it's gonna back into me and I would die. And it all just stemmed from me dying.
Back to the whole mind thing that I was like, the mind is so almost scary. Like I'm kind of scared of my mind, because how can I, like, my body doesn't obviously want pain, I guess, to come to my, you know, but like, how does it convince me? Like, I don't even know how to word this. How do I create?
Yeah, this is a good segue. So as for our final question, this kind of relates back to what we were saying earlier about death. How would you react if there was 100% proof that God doesn't exist? Doesn't. Or how would you react if God did exist? So, like, if there was heaven and hell, like, if there was life after death.
Yeah.
So, kind of what we were talking about earlier, but more in depth. Like, I feel like if God did exist, like, if we found out 100% God existed, there was heaven, there was hell, there would be such a weight lifted off of everyone's shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
There wouldn't be a fear of death.
No.
Because you would know, oh, there is something, like, there is something waiting for me after death. Also, I feel like possibly the community and, like, the world that we see today would get better. We would see more like good in the world because everyone's going to heaven. Everyone's going to heaven.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's the other thing is like with the whole, you got to be a good person to get into heaven, otherwise you're going to hell. If that thing was real and it was proven to be real, so many people I feel like would do good things because it's like, well, I don't want to get into hell.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, but then it also, to just kind of play devil's advocate for a second there, is I feel like you see a lot more fake people in the world, too.
Oh, well, here's the thing. Well, actually, kind of going off of what you just said, there was a movie I saw, and it was like this guy who was in purgatory, and he had to go back so that he could get into either heaven or hell. And you're supposed to do good acts. But you are not supposed to do good acts that will benefit you getting. And so you're supposed to do it without you knowing that you're doing good. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if that was the rule, I feel like there wouldn't be like as much fakeness because, like, yeah, exactly. Say if like, oh, God exists, and the only way you can get into heaven is if you do good, you repent your sins, yada yada, all the things you learn in church. But there's also that boundary of like, you have to do it on your own. Like you can't do it to get into heaven. Like this isn't your main goal. Like you have to do it because you're actually a good person and not because you're a bad person who's doing fake. Exactly. So it's I feel like if I also think that just in general, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Because if you did know, there would be, I feel like there would also be like a stigma of like there would be even more bashing of people and stuff like that. And
like you do one bad thing.
The church would win. The church would win.
Yeah. Honestly, I think, it would cause a lot of good things, but I think in general, in the end, I think it's better to not know and to have, because then that also, it creates diversity in people's opinions because not everybody is this, like, believes in the same things. People, you have a variety of different beliefs because, if it's proven that, like, Christianity is real, what about, like, Hinduism or other religions?
That's what I'm saying. There's so many religions that believe in so many different things that not one is right. Like, it's what you believe. It's your opinion. It's what you grew up with. It's what you ultimately are based under. So, like, yes, you can, like, there are definitely times where you can choose your own religion and you, like, go for it. Again, it's your life. Choose what you want to do. You shouldn't be stuck to those boundaries. But who's to say that, like, yeah, exactly. If Christianity is real, then what about what like Muslims believe? Yeah. What, like,
that just, like
Islam. Yeah, exactly.
The whole, like, their whole, family and whatever.
It could also crush a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. That's 100%. Why I think it's better to not know than to know. Even if it would cause positive effects, I think it would create more negative problems.
And I feel like if we knew 100% that God didn't exist, like if there wasn't, that would be a lot scarier.
Yeah.
That would be a lot scarier because, like, 100%, like, there was
Well,
nothing.
yeah, if God exists, you know for a fact, like, oh, it's just heaven and hell. But if God doesn't exist, what is it then? Is it nothing? Is it another life?
Yeah. There's
Like,
Do you believe in life after love?
well, I sometimes wonder about past lives and, like,
Yeah.
future ones. Like,
I always, that's
well,
what
like deja vu.
That's something
Can we
that-
talk about deja vu,
right.
which is so strange?
different realities, different, like, dimension, like, stuff like that.
it's
So-
so interesting.
All
Like,
right.
deja vu is such a weird feeling.
Well, I feel like that's a topic we can cover on our next podcast.
So true.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you are listening, had a great
When
time
you
talking to
listen.
you.
Kiss.
Thank you to Ashley and Megan and myself.
Yeah,
No.
give yourself some thanks.
We decided to do this last minute, just start this for no reason.
Because it's fun.
It's fun.
I like to talk, and I think
This is
I like to listen to
topics
people
that we
talk,
wouldn't
too.
just normally talk
Exactly.
about.
This
if we
is
were hanging
fun.
out.
It's like it's interesting, and I hope you guys are enjoying listening to it as well. So with that, thank you guys so much for listening. Please come back and watch us again.
please come back.
Watch.
please come back and listen.
Click.
Listen. If we do get a big audience, let us know if you want to see videos. If we should
Let us
record
know.
ourselves
Face reveal.
Face
doing this
reveal.
face reveal. We should do a recording of our podcast.
If you find me on Instagram, let me know.
Yeah, give me a follow.
Text me.
Like my recent
Number is
my recent. Now I'm gonna private all of
Like
my
and
accounts.
comment.
I'm gonna private all my accounts. Oh no, the
honestly
mic.
leaving my account as public is the funniest little thing because like just people like my Instagram
Yeah,
posts.
all
and,
the
like,
sugar mummies.
Hello.
All right, thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your night. Peace out.
Or morning.
Yeah.
Oh wait, should we end it with a fun little catchphrase? I like saying "peace out, bean sprouts."
Go
do you
for it.
Do you think it's too stupid?
Peace out, bean sprouts.
We'll post a poll.
Oh wait, hold on. Should we call our audience the Zammers?
Yeah, we should.
Scammers.
All
It
right,
is.
little Zammer boys.
Right,
Let's
Zammies.
head out for the night.
All right,
We love you.
we love you. Peace out.
Bye, Zammers.
Bye, Zammers.